Tennis. Eala advances to second round in Dubai after Baptiste retires injured. Updated. Filipina tennis star Eala is through to the second round of the 2026 Dubai Tennis Championships after her opponent retired due to injury. Eala took the first set, 6-4, against American Baptiste but was trailing 0-1 in the second frame of their match, early Monday, Manila time. World number 39 Baptiste had won an extended first game that featured 7 deuces, but afterward called it quits and instead received treatment. "Obviously, no one likes advancing in this way," said Eala. "Being on tour, I'm starting to discover at this level how difficult it is to maintain your health physically. I hope Haley is okay and will bounce back soon." Eala had shown good form in the opener, recovering from a 1-2 deficit and breaking Baptiste for a 3-2 advantage. The American broke back but Eala responded for a 4-3 lead, and this time she maintained control. The Filipina would convert on her first set point with a forehand cross-court that caught Baptiste flat-footed. She was up 2 break points in the first game of the second set before Baptiste battled back. The American saved 5 break points but was ultimately undone with what was reported to be an abdominal injury. Up next for Eala is a showdown against 6th seed Jasmine Paolini of Italy, who received a bye into the second round. "I'm super happy to be in the next round," Eala said. "These tournaments are such great experiences for me, especially playing in front of the best crowd ever. I'm really doing my best to try and enjoy every moment I have on the court." Under the white blaze of the desert sun and the silver shimmer of glass towers, the hard courts of Dubai Tennis Championships glowed like a promise. In a city that rises from sand into spectacle, tennis feels almost mythic, bright lines etched on blue, a geometry of hope against the horizon. On this stage, where ambition echoes between skyscrapers, Eala stepped forward once more, her footsteps light but purposeful, her gaze steady as the Gulf breeze. Across the net stood Haley Baptiste, fierce and fluid, a player whose athleticism often seems to bend the court to her will. Their meeting was not just a first-round contest, it was a conversation between rising forces, 2 young competitors navigating the long road from promise to permanence. From the first rally, there was a crackle in the air. The ball moved like a comet between them, heavy topspin from the baseline, sudden slices that skidded low, the rhythmic percussion of rackets meeting felt. Eala, compact and composed, painted her patterns with patience. She built points the way architects in Dubai build towers. Layer upon layer, foundation before flourish. A deep cross-court forehand opened space, a backhand down the line claimed it. Baptiste answered with athletic grace, chasing down angles and redirecting pace with fearless intent. She attacked second serves, stepped inside the baseline, and dared the young Filipina to defend. For a stretch, the rallies grew longer, richer, each shot a test of will. It was tennis in its purest form, calculation wrapped in courage. Yet sport is as fragile as it is fierce. Midway through the contest, something shifted. A grimace flickered across Baptiste's face after a sudden lunge. She tried to shake it off, competitors always do, but the body has its own truth. Movement lost its spring. The explosive first step dulled. Between points, there was an extra beat, a hand to the hip, a conversation with the trainer that seemed to stretch time itself. Eala noticed, of course. Athletes always do. But there is a code in tennis. You play what is in front of you. Sympathy lives in the heart, strategy stays in the mind. She kept her focus narrow, her footwork sharp, her breathing measured. Each serve was struck with quiet intent, each return sent deep to ask the same relentless question. "Can you answer?" Baptiste tried. She fought through points with the stubborn bravery that defines professionals. She carved a forehand winner that drew applause, held serve with grit, and stared down break points with defiance. But the body would not fully cooperate. After another rally that ended with a pained exhale, the decision was made. The match ended not with a roaring winner but with a handshake, firm, respectful, tinged with disappointment. Injury retirements are the silent heartbreak of tennis. There is no final crescendo, no triumphant match point. Instead, there is empathy. Eala walked to the net with a softness in her eyes, offering words that only competitors understand. On the scoreboard, it would read as advancement. In reality, it felt more complex. For Eala, this moment was another chapter in a journey that began far from the gleaming courts of Dubai. From early mornings of practice to the weight of expectation carried by a nation passionate about its sporting heroes, her path has been both luminous and demanding. Each tournament is a proving ground, each round a step toward something larger. Dubai, with its fusion of cultures and ambitions, seemed an apt setting. The city thrives on ascent, cranes swinging against sunsets, towers piercing sky. On court, Eala mirrored that upward motion. Her game has grown sharper, her composure deeper. She no longer plays only with promise, she plays with presence. The first set had been a study in discipline. Eala varied her serve placement cleverly, wide to stretch, down the tee to surprise. She absorbed Baptiste's pace and redirected it with angles that pulled the American off balance. When rallies extended, her footwork traced clean arcs, each step purposeful. There was an economy to her movement, a quiet efficiency that spoke of hours spent refining the smallest details. In the second set, as Baptiste struggled physically, Eala maintained her intensity. It is one of the hidden challenges of facing an injured opponent, the temptation to drift. She did not. She kept her shoulders square, her eyes fixed on the ball's seam, her rituals intact. Champions, after all, are measured not only by brilliance but by consistency. The crowd in Dubai, cosmopolitan and curious, responded with warm applause as the players left the court. There was appreciation for the contest that had been and sympathy for the one that might have been. In the corridors beneath the stadium, ice packs and interviews awaited, headlines already forming in the digital ether. Advances to the second round, they would say. A simple phrase, but inside it lives a world of nuance. Advancement can come through dominance, through drama, or, as on this day, through circumstance. Yet progress is progress. The draw does not pause for reflection. The next opponent prepares, the next challenge rises. For Eala, the second round in Dubai is more than a statistic. It is an affirmation that she belongs on courts like these, under lights that gleam against desert nights. It is another chance to test her evolving game against higher stakes and heavier shots. It is an opportunity to write a narrative defined not by luck, but by labor. There is something poetic about tennis in the desert. Sand surrounds the arena, a reminder of time's vastness and the patience required to build anything lasting. Players arrive with dreams as delicate as dunes, reshaped by each gust of competition. Some matches blaze, others fade quietly. All leave their imprint. As evening settled over Dubai, the skyline flickered to life and the tournament rolled on. Somewhere in the city, Eala would be cooling down, stretching muscles that carried her through another round,